NBC's Guad Venegas joins us from San Diego, which pretty much, Guad, is in the bullseye of the storm at this time. I mean, it looks okay at the moment, but give us an update.
Alex, we're getting the first rain here in downtown San Diego. So, yes, we are right in the path of the storm. Now, we do have the city of Tijuana in Mexico and Ensenada, which are large urban areas where the storm will come before it enters the United States. So authorities here, of course, have been talking about the flooding, the possibility of flash floods. And that's really what residents have been preparing for the most in the San Diego area. San Diego is a city with a lot of hills. So residents that live in those low areas know what they can expect with a lot of rain. And of course, we have been talking about the fact that no one here who's from San Diego and has always lived in San Diego, or practically no one, has lived through a tropical storm. So they don't know what to expect. Authorities want people to protect their homes as best as they can. They had different locations where they gave away sand and sandbags for people to bring some of those home. They asked residents also to have food and water. And the power company, as you mentioned earlier, has communicated to customers about the possibility of outages. I spoke with a resident here yesterday who showed me a text message that informed him that those power outages could be extended once the storm arrives. So for now, it's a lot of waiting here in San Diego. And I will say that the east part of the county here, as well as the counties going into the northern part of Southern California, which is more like Palm Springs area, San Bernardino area, they are expected to get the heaviest rain. The forecast indicates we will get a lot of rain here, but for some reason, it's the east part where they're expecting more rain. And there's a big difference when you look at the geography in Southern California, Alex. There's a lot of mountains and hills closer to the coast. Once you get over into the deserts, these are valleys that are flat. So, of course, the flash floods would be different. And that's where a lot of the the residents, that is, in those areas are very worried. We're going to hear from someone who's been preparing in the Palm Springs area.
I wasn't worried until about an hour ago, and then I started watching the news, and then I saw all the people here, and I really started to get worried. I'm from California, so we never have this. I think people just aren't really they weren't concerned at first, but then as the news gets worse and worse, and then national news and local news, and out of my house, I have a swimming pool. I don't want it overflowing into the back of my house.
And authorities have allocated the necessary resources here in California. The governor declaring that state of emergency. Local governments in San Diego County and LA County also declaring a local emergency to make resources available, ready to go once the bulk of that storm hits Southern California, Alex.
Okay, Guad, thank you for keeping a very close eye on things there in San Diego, to the south of where I am right now.